Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Monica. In today's video, I will be bringing you some anti-MLM content. Disclaimer, as per usual, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is strictly just my opinions and just some articles that I found online. I don't think that they're really reliable sources, but it's just to bring light to the specific topic that we will be discussing today. This video is something that I have been wanting to make for a while, only because I have been seeing this flooded in my Facebook. I've seen it all over on YouTube, and it's just something that really irks me. That is the best word that I can use for this particular situation. I've talked about this multiple times in my anti-MLM Facebook group, so all of you guys already know that I am extremely passionate about this specific topic. If you didn't read the title, we will be discussing MLMs and religion. Regardless of what religion is in the particular MLM, I will say that I did grow up in a religious household, so I do understand how religion works. I currently do not practice it anymore. In my personal opinion, I know that in today's world, it's, the topic of religion can be a very sensitive topic. So I'm not doing this to offend anyone or anything of that nature. Please know that this is coming from a good place and it's not malicious, and I'm not trying to attack anyone or anything like that. I do have people in my anti-MLM Facebook group that do practice religion. I also have people in my group that do not practice religion or are atheists. I believe, in my opinion, that I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if you don't believe in religion. As long as you are a genuinely good person and a genuinely good human being who has morals, who has values, I don't care what you practice. Or don't practice, for that matter. What bothers me so much is the MLM reps, consultants, distributors, presenters, whatever you want to call them, who bring religion into the MLM that they are trying to sell products for. The thing that bothers me about this is because I do believe that there are people out there who believe in their religion because they're doing it for their morals and whatever the case may be. However, there are also people out there who are some of the most judgmental people, but they go to church on Sundays. So with that being said, what bothers me is the MLM Huns who were never religious before, never posted about religion before, and all of a sudden are pushing their products with their religion. I do get that there are people out there who are, for example, born-again Christians. I do understand that that does happen in the world. There are people who never practiced before, and then they had what they call an epiphany, and they practice religion now. If most of the MLM reps that I see are posting about religion, and 99% of them never talked about religion before, I find that a little odd, to say the least. And the thing is when you have a person of faith, let's look at people who go to church every Sunday. There are people that go to church and they have a community and they have a support system. There are people who go to church every Sunday. They are part of a community. What pisses me off is when these MLM Huns take advantage of those people who actually believe in their faith. And I'm not saying that MLM Huns don't believe in their faith. I know that there are people out there who do believe in their faith. But the ones that I've seen, if you never posted about religion before and all of a sudden you are, I find it strange. But these people go to church and they look for a community. They get that sense of community as well from an MLM rep who says, this is a sisterhood. I never had a support system like this before. Or when they try to sell their products, they take bits and pieces from the Bible and they say Proverbs and whatever they're talking about at the particular post that they're making. That bothers me. Please don't bring MLMs into it. It bothers me so much because I see some of these people who talk about how their MLM is kingdom work. I recently stumbled upon, I talked about this in my anti-MLM Facebook group, but I stumbled upon this one person who was saying that her MLM was kingdom work. How can you possibly base your MLM off of a sermon that you heard in church? That is not the point. It's not. And that it just frustrates me so much because I see these people who use religion to sell their products. Or they'll say, God put me on this path. God did not put you on this path. Your upline put you on this path. I am one of those people who does believe that everything happens for a reason. And I know that we aren't given problems or things to overcome, that whatever you believe in, whatever God, universe, whatever, we are not given things that we cannot handle. We are given things, hardships. We're given those things so that we learn just how strong we are and just how powerful we as a person can be. So for the Hunbots who try to sell their products either through church members or with talking about how God put them on this path and what they're doing is the kingdom work, I find that incredibly offensive. I really do. And this is not coming from someone who goes to church every Sunday. I am looking at it from the outside. And I've talked to some of you guys in my anti-MLM Facebook group. A lot of you actually agree with me that it's wrong. It's offensive. It's when I have talked about certain things that people have said to me or certain things that I found, I didn't know that they're talking about something that came straight from the Bible, certain quotes and stuff. It's just things that I thought they were just saying, but it's legitimately coming straight from the Bible. And I find that so wrong. Stop using your religion or your faith to target people of faith. I find it so wrong. What I have a problem with is the MLM companies who do this, who know dang well that they're going to be able to sucker people into it. That is the problem that I have, that they have these predatory business practices and they use this as a marketing tactic. That is the issue that I have with that. So with all of that being said, let me grab my phone because I actually found some articles online. Like I said, these articles probably aren't legitimate sources, but I'm going to link them in the description box below so that you guys can take a look at it. But all I did was type in MLM religion or a specific religion and the word MLM, and all of this stuff popped up. The reason why I wanted to kind of go over this is because thanks to you guys, I started listening to the Dream podcast, which if you are an anti-MLMer, I highly, highly recommend also listening to it. And it's opened up my eyes to a lot of things that I probably, like the airplane game or whatever it was called, I didn't know that existed until one of you guys had commented and told me to listen to the Dream podcast because of one of the videos that I made. It actually sounded kind of similar. Well, they started talking about an MLM in, I believe it's season or episode 4 or 5, I can't remember. And it was about the MLM called 31. 31 was actually founded on Christianity. I guess that's how you can say it, because the name of the company comes from Proverbs 31, which is in the Bible. So I don't have a problem that the founders believe in a certain religion. I have a problem that that is how they are selling their products. They are targeting mostly women of faith. I looked up the top Christian MLMs. Some of these MLMs I have never even heard of before, but number 1 on the list is 31. Number 2 on the list is Labella Baskets and Gifts. Now the thing is this article I believe was written in 2017, so I don't know how accurate all of this stuff is now. Number 3 was Mary Kay. Number 4, just jewelry. Number 5, Faith Company. I don't know if they pronounce it Faith Company or if it's Faith. Number 6 is Initial Outfitters. Number 7 is Damsel in Defense, which I did not know that this was an MLM, because I had a follower who was following me on Instagram and I followed her back. This was years ago. She was talking about Damsel in Defense, and I thought that it was actually her company because of the way that she was making it sound. I had never heard of this being an MLM, so when I saw that on this article, I was kind of shocked because I didn't know that, which, you know, I should have known that. Number 8, First Fitness Nutrition. Number 9, Mary and Martha. Number 10, Daisy Blue Naturals. 11, Close to My Heart. 12, Art and Soul. 13, Amway. So with all that being said, there's that article. I will leave it linked below if you'd like to actually look at it. Now, this next one might ruffle a few feathers. This is a topic that I would like to go over in a completely separate video. However, I wanted to mention it in this particular video. The title of the article, which was written in 2017, 10 Reasons Mormons Dominate Multi-Level Marketing Companies. There are so many videos out there that try to debunk why so many MLMs are in Utah. And there has been things talked about this, about how there's a very large Mormon community in this particular state. So that might have something to do with it. But of course, just opinions. But we're gonna go over this article because I do want to touch base on this in this particular video. Number 1, Mormons tend to be trusting, especially of other Mormons. We tend to want to believe that other Mormons are good because surely if they know and believe in the gospel, then they want the best for other people and aren't trying to cheat people out of money. Number 2, money as a blessing. Mormons may not know what the phrase prosperity gospel means, but many believe in the principle that if someone has money, then they must be blessed by God. Number 3, an unusually high number of stay-at-home moms. Mormons encourage women to stay at home, but these days that leaves many families to struggle for extra income. It also means that Mormon stay-at-home moms use their time to try to make money for extra things. Number 4, easy mobilization. Mormons have a built-in network complete with phone numbers, physical addresses, and emails. They may not think twice about using this information to send out invitations to their parties about a new product or brand that is also an MLM. Number 5, door-to-door experience. Former Mormon missionaries are used to sales techniques. They're not afraid of rejection, and they are sometimes very aggressive. Number 6, the personal touch. Mormons are used to hearing testimonials and connecting that to deeper truth. Some might argue this means Mormons are particularly vulnerable to anecdotal evidence. Number 7, big claims. Mormons often hear people scoffing at other religious ideas, our founder and our scripture. Because we've grown accustomed to that, we may be more likely to shrug off criticisms even when we shouldn't. Number 8, top-down structure. Mormons are comfortable with the hierarchical, I can't say that word, institution where people at the top know more than people at the bottom and to paying money upstream. Number 9, Mormons have a tendency to believe that they are chosen or special and may be more easily led to believe that an opportunity has come to them from God rather than dismissing things are too good to be true. Number 10, skimming the surface. Sadly, Mormon church meetings do not lead Mormons to ask hard questions. Instead, we may be more vulnerable to being led to ask the questions that people want us to ask. If a question or answer format is offered, we may not think more deeply. So of course, that's just an article based on opinion, but it does kind of make a little bit of sense. And that's not just for the Mormon religion. I'm not familiar with the Mormon religion. I'm really not, so I really can't speak on that. I just wanted to take what I found in an article. However, at the same time, I feel as though the reasons that that person listed in their article is kind of similar to the reasons why they would target other religious people or people of faith, whatever you want to call it. There are a lot of things that were said in that can also be translated into other religions. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's just for Mormons. Maybe not necessarily everything that was in that, but certain tactics that people who are targeting Mormons use could also be used towards other religions. It just frustrates me, and it's something that I did want to talk about, that MLMs need to stop putting religion in there, because they are using people of faith as a way to target people and get people to buy their products and join their team. There's another video that I wanted to make that kind of goes into a different sort of topic, but it also kind of makes sense in this video. I'm talking about the community and the sisterhood, the support system that you get from people. That translates into religion as well. A lot of women say that they never felt this kind of support from anyone else until they entered the MLM. That right there shows that either they have been brainwashed so much by the community of their uplines and their downlines, or they just sadly never had a support system before. The sisterhood that they talk about in MLMs, in my opinion, is complete and total BS. Because as soon as you leave the MLM, you're no longer of any value to the people who got you into the MLM. You're no longer of value to them. They might still talk to you, but they might not. Do I talk to anyone that I was in the MLM with? Absolutely not. As soon as I left, it's as if everyone became strangers. I mean, we still see each other on social media, but we don't talk to each other the same way that we did. We don't uplift each other the same way that we did when I was in the MLM. If you look at there, I forget what video it was. I think it was my unique video. I talked about someone who reached out to me and told me her story. How when she left the particular MLM, the people started rumors about her and talked very badly about her to her own family. Where is the sisterhood in that situation? Anyone that I have talked to regarding the sisterhood or the community that was built with this particular group of women, there's no sisterhood or community when you leave. It's just a facade that they put on in order to get people to join. They target vulnerable people that need a support system, that truly want something like that. I wish that there were more. We're going to talk about women because MLMs mostly target women. I wish that there was some kind of group where, or just the thought that women just empower other women and uplift them. I know that a lot of people out there are all about that, and it's becoming more common in today's day and age, but it's still not there. It's still not, I guess you could say it's still not as good as the BS sisterhood or community or support system that these MLMs have. It's not on the same level. And that's what sucks, is that there are women out there empowering other women and uplifting women, but it's just not the same. There's nothing that is similar to the MLM, because the MLM Huns, they just do it as a facade. They do it to sucker you in. If we had other avenues of women being able to be in a sisterhood like that, then I don't think that this would happen as much with people who join MLMs. I know that there are groups out there. I know that these things do exist out there, but they're not as common as MLMs. And that's the problem, is that MLMs are so common. There's so many of them. So it's very easy to be able to market to women who are looking for that. It's not as easy to find that with other groups of women, but it's not as easily, I guess, I can't think of the word, but they can't find it as easily as you can with MLMs. MLMs always just dish out the words sisterhood, support system, community, especially if you're targeting people who go to your church, who share the same faith that you do. It's so easy to target those people with the dream of a support system. And I guess that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. I know that it wasn't really structured. This was more of a rant, and I don't even know if I'm gonna get demonetized for it because of I talked about religion. I hope it doesn't, because I feel like this is something that needs to be talked about more. It really does. But I guess that's all I have for you guys today. If you have watched up to here, thank you so much for watching. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.